Well, now, as the new Conservative government gears up for its first cabinet meeting, the Labour Party's shadow cabinet remains kind of half full. Both the former Shadow Welfare Secretary Owen Smith and the former Shadow Business Secretary Angela Eagle are campaigning now to become the new Labour leader, trying to replace Jeremy Corbyn. Well, Angela Eagle joins me now, and a very good morning to you, Ms Eagle. This issue, and Owen Smith's been saying it, that really there should be one of you takes on Jeremy Corbyn. You're going to split the vote. What's your response to that?
Well, look, none of us want to be here, but we are here because Jeremy's failed to connect with Labour voters outside, much less talk to other voters. And so with a early general election still beckoning, I think, we have to try to replace the Labour leader. And that's why I put my name forward, because I think I'm the best candidate to do this job. And I think I'd be a good Prime Minister. So we're going to be at the Labour hustings tomorrow, and we'll see what colleagues think. Nominations open at 7 o'clock.
But, I mean, is that a way of saying, yes, you've got to agree, it'd be better if one of you takes on Jeremy Corbyn? You know how difficult it's going to be to try and get him out as you want. You're saying there should be one candidate and it should be me.
I'm not getting involved in any of that at the moment. I'm putting my pitch both to my Labour colleagues in the hustings, but also to the party as a whole. We do need a change of leadership. I think Jeremy's opened up the party to new thinking. We've got a lot of new members, which is extremely welcome. But he isn't a leader and he's not connecting with the British people. So now we need to make a change and get somebody to take that forwards. And yes, I wouldn't have put myself forward if I didn't think that I would be the best person, as a working class woman from the north who understands how difficult it is for working class kids to get on. Because my mum and dad, my mum was a seamstress, she couldn't get on. She was very clever, didn't get the opportunities that Labour governments made sure I had. And when she went to try and get a job, she was told she couldn't work in an office because she was a factory girl. But we don't want that kind of society.
But just back to the very, I mean, the mechanism of getting rid of Jeremy Corbyn. That's what you want to see. It would be better, would it not, if there's just one candidate garnering those anti-Corbyn votes? You're in danger of splitting yourself. Let me turn it around, because John McDonnell, the Shadow Chancellor, key lieutenant to Jeremy Corbyn, he's just been on saying he really wants to see you stay on the ballot paper, and Owen Smith. In other words, the Corbynistas, if we may term them that, want to see the vote split.
Well, we don't know what will happen and what the PLP will decide. I'm concentrating on putting my pitch to them. I don't want to be involved in some backroom deal at the moment before nominations have even opened. You're anticipating things a bit too much. Let's put our arguments to the country, and let's remember, do we want another all-male leadership team? I'm a woman, I'm a strong working class roots. I understand the areas of our country that have been so alienated that they voted to leave and are now being threatened with yet another economic hit as a result of the challenges faced by Brexit, when they've already borne the brunt of Tory austerity.
But what about this idea, again, coming from Owen Smith? You mentioned the hustings there, that whoever has the most support at the hustings, they should be the one that goes forward.
Well, look, let's just wait and see what happens. I don't want to get involved in this studio before we've even had the hustings.
But it would be logical, wouldn't it?
View that there should be a backroom deal.
Wouldn't it, that if there's one of you, one of the candidates seems to have more support, that they take the standard forward?
Well, look, we have an alternative vote system, and so I don't think that's clear at all. But let's see what the PLP do. I'm putting a pitch because of my experience in Parliament. Whenever I've been asked to step up, I have. Look at how I wiped the floor with George Osborne at Prime Minister's questions when I was in there for Jeremy deputising. I think I'm someone who's got a lot of experience and a lot to offer the Labour Party in these very difficult times.
But aren't you a bit tainted just by being in the Parliamentary Labour Party for so long? Well, we've got this from a source who doesn't want to see Jeremy Corbyn stay on, saying that Angela Eagle has surrounded herself with too many Blairites and in the past week have a growing sense of entitlement about yourself.
I have never had a sense of entitlement. I've had to fight for everything I've got in my life as somebody who came from very humble beginnings, with my dad being a printer and my mum a seamstress, and I'm in nobody's camp. My camp is the Labour Party, because the Labour Party is the only vehicle for giving working class children, like I was when I was growing up, proper opportunities in life. That's been my mission in politics. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm my own woman.
But it's an albatross around your neck, isn't
Nothing's
it? Voting in Parliament alongside Tony Blair and many others, it must be said, to invade Iraq.
Can I just say, I was sacked by Tony Blair, and I was the only member of the Tribune executive when we had that leadership election who didn't nominate Tony Blair. I actually nominated Margaret Beckett because I felt we needed to have a woman leader. I'm very straightforward. I say what I think. I'm not in any camp. And now is the time when we don't need to be thinking about those old Blairite, Brownite, Corbynista camps.
But you know, I mean,
we need to be looking forward.
But it's within your party. You saw what happened after Chilcot.
Listen, we need to be looking forwards. Our country faces huge challenges at the moment with the shock of Brexit, and it's our communities in the north of England that will suffer the most on top of the austerity cuts that they've been hit with already if we don't do our job as a progressive Labour Party.
And can I just ask you finally, you know, this issue of the tenor, the tone of the debate, how nasty it's getting in some areas, you know, on social media and indeed face-to-face. You just heard John McDonnell there saying, yet again, he wants it to be respectful and polite. And then he goes out one night and uses the F word. Do you believe him?
Well, I launched a hashtag called Keep It Comradely because I think it's really important that we debate ideas. There has been a nasty, poisonous tone. I've never had so much misogyny or homophobia thrown at me since I stood up and said we needed...
But you believe the leadership is really trying to clamp down on it?
They need to ensure that it stops, and they can call it to stop more effectively. And I think that people who are party members, if they're party members that are doing that, they need to be expelled. OK, Angela Eagle, very good to see you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much.
much.
And you are watching Murnaghan on Sky News. Coming up next.